One of the earliest memories of my life is feeling very lonely and scared. I remember being around a lot of arguments and fighting and being left with a lot of other family members. When I was around 5, maybe, I was left with someone I guess they trusted. I didn't understand it at the time because I was so young, but they took advantage of me. What I remember till today is the smell of that person, and anything that smelled anything like that just made me feel uncomfortable. I wanted my mum to be around, and the times that she would be around, it just was very abusive. We would pretend like we were going to school. We would dress up in the morning, leave the house and not go into school. So until it got really bad, the teacher actually called our parents. My mum started getting phone calls. She started getting really upset with me, and that's when it came down to that day. She told me to go back to where I came from. Called Childline and they immediately called the police. Eventually they had no other option than to put me into a children's home. I ended up making as many friends as I could in there because I knew that these kids were the only family I had. We would run away together, we would smoke together, we would go out and steal together. One day we arranged to meet at a party. I ended up going to this party to meet my friends there, and they weren't there, and it was just adults there that wouldn't let me leave. They took me to a bedroom, these 2 men, where they took turns and raped me. I was 14 years old and I was free to drink and smoke and do everything that I could do to forget, to fill the void. So me and the kids from the children's home would go out looking for a target, and we looked at this lady who looked like she was coming from work, like a businesswoman. So we said, yeah, she looks like she has money. And we tried to snatch her bag, but she wasn't letting go of the bag. So she's pulling, we're pulling, she's pulling, we're pulling. And finally she let go of the bag. But unfortunately for us, we got stopped by the police and we were charged with robbery. We went on a trial, which the judge found us guilty for this crime and gave me personally a year in a secure unit, which is like a children's prison. After being released early due to good behaviour inside, I got into a relationship with a guy I literally just met on the high road. A short period of time, he became very controlling. That relationship made me feel so worthless to the point where I didn't want to live anymore. So one day I took all the tablets that I could find and I went and sat in the park and took an overdose. I woke up in a hospital where I had to see a psychiatrist, and eventually they discharged me. When I come out of the hospital, the next day I got on the bus. I didn't know where the bus was going. I just wanted to go away from my problems. In my mind, I was thinking, God, why is my life like this? Why do I hate my life so much? I was looking down and I looked up and I saw help center. I immediately rang the bell and got off the bus, and something said to me, go in there. So as I walked inside, there was a service going on, and I remember this sense of, I can't even describe it. It was like amazement and shock at the same time, and I just started crying. As soon as the service finished, I just went to the front and I felt like God was telling me, you're not alone, like I brought you here for a reason. Eventually attending the services, I started learning more about God, learning about how I could change my life. People around me saw the change inside of me. I started being more interactive and speaking more about the issues that I was dealing with. And now I no longer hate my life. I no longer see myself as this dirty girl that's not lovable. Even when things get hard for me, I know that I can go on my knees, I can pray, I can seek God, and I'll find a way. God bless my family are now in the church as well. My son is growing so big, and even my love life is being blessed and God's honored, and I'm now engaged and gonna get married very soon. God has literally transformed my whole life, and He's given me more than I even thought I needed.